The first preposition that I want to think about today is this business of learning about things. Sometimes we just learn about things because we're curious, but they don't have any end result. And there's a quote from Arthur Conan Doyle he put into the lips of Sherlock Holmes, and I can't quote it exactly, about our brain is like an attic in which we get to store furniture, so we need to choose carefully what pieces we store in our attic. And that's true that our brain, well, it is of great capacity beyond what we have certainly used it to this point in our lives, that we should be filling our attic with the right kinds of things. And learning about then means that we need to learn about things that will make a difference in this world. We are all placed here to make a positive difference in one way or another. And you can do so. I really believe that the greatest change in all of the world has occurred and will occur going forward through the power of the gospel to change men's lives, men and women, people's lives. You have to be politically correct these days, you know. And it is all people, all humankind. It will change people, and people are changed by the power of God working within. So what are you going to learn about? Well, you can learn about space flight, and you can learn about engineering, and you can learn about history, and you can learn about archaeology, and you can learn about all sorts of things, all of which have their place to some degree. But the greatest thing to learn about is, how does the Word of God, how Jesus has taught us, how the Bible has taught us, affect us, and what will we do with all of that to make a difference in the world? I'm concerned that much of the education for Christian leaders has depended on teaching them how to communicate on a one-to-many basis. We call it teaching or preaching. And I don't think that that's a sufficient engine of growth to make a difference. I think that there are many other things that we have to learn about. We have to learn about how to foster greater relationships with each other, how to understand ourselves, how to look inside of our own head and realize that we have motivated reasoning. We take things that we think ought to be at the forefront and put them at the forefront when they don't belong at the forefront. And I think that artificial intelligence is going to do that. It's going to take the pool of human ignorance and put it together and educate people belong beyond their intelligence, but educate them slightly, like 5 degrees off of true north. And we've got to learn about the things that matter. And there's other elements of that learning about that we're going to get to.